Alright everybody, welcome back to another match preview on the channel. This one is for Sunderland versus Blackburn on a Boxing Day. But before we do that, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, be much appreciated. There's a few things we're going to be talking about. We're going to be mentioning the Rota report and the absolute amazing work they do with the sub kitchen. Also, we're going to be touching upon the giveaway, the shirt giveaway, another one what we're going to be doing on this channel. And obviously, we're going to be touching upon Blackburn. Stephen will have his match preview up, as we find it really hard with obviously being Christmas, running about all hour like a blue ass fly, trying to get stuff sorted. He'll have his out, and he'll have more of an update regarding team news. So, the sub kitchen, last year they done absolutely amazing and raised 60 grand. That was £60,000 for the sub kitchen. This year they're up to 16,800 and they're trying to reach a target of 20,000. And it runs out at Christmas Eve. So if you can, there'll be a link in the description below. Follow that link and give what you can. The lads have been doing it for 4 years now. So if you can, go and follow the link and leave a donation. It's been hard times for everybody with the cost of living gone sky high, but any little donation will help massively. Right, so we're moving on to the shirt giveaway. We've got another shirt we're going to be giving you away through lowsoccer.com, sorry, got it wrong there. They have kindly donated a shirt to the channel to give away to a lucky member of our audience who watch us. So all you've got to do is comment below your score prediction, get it right, and we'll pick a winner out of a hat, and the winner obviously gets the shirt. Right, so Sunderland take on Blackburn Rovers on a Boxing Day. Sunderland, the last time we played Blackburn Rovers, we got beat 2-0 down at Ewood Park, and Craig Paulson missed an absolute stonewall penalty. Sod's Law, they come up the other end and score to win the game 2-0. I remember Gallagher scoring an absolute belter goal for Blackburn as well. In Blackburn's last game, they did get beat 4-1 off Forest in the Cup. It was funny, like you couldn't have really written it. The Watton brothers, one crossed the ball in, Sam finished it, and then they scored an own goal. Well, it was a double deflection. I'm not going to say own goal. It was a double deflection, come off both the Watton brothers as well, and it went and beat the keeper. You couldn't write it. So then both of them being involved in a goal and both of them being involved in like sort of a deflected own goal. So in the league, Blackburn, they're currently third in the league. They're 5 points behind Sheffield United. They're on 39 points themselves. Sheffield United's on 44. And then Burnley leading the table on 47. Form-wise, overall they're 15th in the league in the last 5 games. And also the 13th in away form. So they're not the best away that could come for us. In the last game, like I say, they beat Norwich 2-0 in a good, comfortable performance. Dominic Hayham, the centre-half, got man of the match. The game before that, they got beat 4-1 off Preston. And they got beat off Burnley 3-0. So they concede quite a few goals when they're not on the ball. Game before that, they beat Huddersfield 1-0. But the game before that, they got beat off Coventry 1-0. They were down to 10 men for long periods of that game. There's a few players we've got to watch out for. Obviously, Ben Brenton Diaz is one of them. He scored, I think he's on 9 goals with 3 assists this season. Last season, he scored absolutely amazing. 22 goals in the Championship last season with 3 assists. So everybody knows, especially when we played them away, he was a threat. An absolute massive threat he is. We've got to keep an eye on him. There's a few other players I'd like to talk about as well, obviously. Sam Gallagher, he scored past us, an absolute screamer. I think he's on 3 goals also. They've got Tyrese Dolan, he's on 3 goals. There's a few of them on 3 goals. But also there's a few players who I want to mention as well. Smodics, well, I remember him from the League One when he used to play at Peterborough. He's in the midfield. He runs the show and he's on the ball. And we've got to keep an eye on him, Smodics, I feel, as if he's going to be a threat if he's in the starting 11. And another thing as well, he's been linked to Sunderland only because of Tony Mowbray, is Bradley Dack. He's back amongst the starting 11, and he's starting to get back into the team as he wasn't really getting much game time as of recent. Right, so moving on to Sunderland. Our home form's worrying me at the minute. Like, we're currently down in 18th for home form, and it needs to be rectified. I thought it would be a fortress there, but It hasn't been this season. We're terrible at home. We're better away. So hopefully we can start to rectify this come Boxing Day. In the league, we've picked up 7 points out of a possible 15. Ross Stewart's back. Thank God for that. Ross Stewart's back. He came on and you could see what we've been missing. You could see what he brings to our team. You could see how much of a threat he is. The energy he brings to the game, not just on the back line, in defence, set pieces, corners, free kicks. He was there clearing the lines against Hull. West Brom game, it really annoyed me, this West Brom game. We got beat 2-1. It was just, we took the lead and I thought, oh, great. Wallace, he didn't get marked at all, and he sort of was left in lots of space constantly down that right hand side. He was just putting ball after ball in, and we're all saying it was coming, and it didn't get the problem didn't get rectified, and it was costly in the end, and we got beat that game, which really done me nut. That the game before that though was an absolute amazing performance at the stadium, like, believe it or not. We won 3-0 against Millwall. For me, with Ross Stewart coming back and Ellis Sims, that's a bit of a dilemma for Tony Mowbray. Does he go on 2 up top? Then either someone drops out the midfield or someone drops out the defence for that. Obviously, if you go on 1 up top, it's got to be Ross Stewart, no question about that. So for me, it's a bit of a dilemma on him, and he's got another dilemma in the defence, because with Bart being injured, Ballard can step up, but I feel a bit sorry for Bailey Wright, because he done so well for Sunderland in the Championship, in League One, and in the start of the Championship, and then he's went to the World Cup. Yeah, he didn't get much game time over there, but he hasn't had much game time at all as of recent, and I feel a bit sorry for him in a way, because Ballard, who's been out for so long, has literally jumped ahead of him, and he's getting in the team rather than Bailey Wright. So I do feel sorry for Bailey Wright. Then you've got to look at Serkin. Elise is playing really well. 09 puts his heart on, wears his heart on his sleeve, and he puts in I wouldn't say a man of the match performance, but I would say he gives it his all. He puts his 100% in. He leaves his body on the line all the time. So for me, it would be harsh to drop Luke 09. Gooch, when Gooch got injured, it was clear we missed Gooch. A lot of he divides opinion, me, but for some, but I like Gooch. Gooch for me, he's improved, vastly improved on his defensive work, and not just that. When he's gone forward, getting down the right, before he would try and tackle a player on 35 times before he'd cross a ball or even try to. Where now he gets down the wing, he beats his man, and he's delivering that ball into the box. And if Stewart's there, he's meeting that on his head. So for me, I really do prefer Lyndon Gooch playing at right wing back, so all right back. So it's going to be a right dilemma for Tony Mowbray. I'm glad I'm not the manager, because with players getting fit, I know Bart's injured and there's a spot open there. Elliot Embleton's now injured, so that's another spot open. And that's another question I'd like to put out there as well. What's the crack with Pritchard? A lot of people, there's been a few things said on social media regarding Pritchard's contract and how it's running down, and we should really be nailing Pritchard down to a new one, in my opinion, 100%. We've got he's one of our better players, especially further up the pitch, obviously. Set pieces, granted they haven't been the best this season, but we all know what he's capable of, and he is one of the better players in the Sunderland team. So for me, we've got to nail him down in here. With Elliot Embleton being injured more so as well, then that's like, does now Bar step up now, or Micho's not far away? He's knocking on the door. Is this a chance for opportunity for him to start? Like I say, Stephen's going to have a video up with the team news, like who's injured, who's not, so he'll be more in depth regarding that. But there's a lot for my lineup. I would go on 2 up top. You've got to go on 2 up top. Neil Dawn, obviously you've got Evans in front of the defence. Diallo starts all the time for me. But then Roberts impressed against Hull, put a ball out of the top for Ross Stewart to run on knee. It was his assist. So it's hard for Mowbray at the minute, but it's a good headache to have. So that's about it. If you can do us a favour, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you're brand new. Also, try and donate if you can to the Sub Kitchen. And comment below your score prediction if you want to win this Sunderland shirt. We'll take us in our match vlog at the stadium. We'll be outside early, obviously, because of It's an early kick-off because we're on Sky again. So it's early kick-off. We'll be there early. Come say hello. Get on the channel. See you in a bit, everyone.